So we are discussing about the SAP installation prerequisites. Means before we go ahead and run the SWPM tool, what are the activities? Means downloading the softwares from service marketplace. That is the very important. Then we have to download the all the softwares. Softwares means there is a installation tool, SWPM tool, then exports, then kernel, then DB client, it's a database related, then SAP host. Okay, so SAP host agent. So these are the softwares we required. Sir, SAP is only one software, right? Why we need to download the all the software? So we have to use all softwares to build the SAP application. SAP application, business application. Not like that. So software means if you download the media player, just double click it, it will be installed. Then why we are doing all kind of things here, right? So SAP installation is not that much of easy here. So, right. So SWPM is the installation tool. We need to start this tool to start the SAP installation. So this tool will ask the inputs of the export softwares, kernel, DB client, and host agent. All these things this tool will ask. So the first tool we need to start the SWPM tool here. So for this one, we need to log into the our remote server. This is your remote server. I guess everybody has the access. If not, just ping me. So just log into the your SAP system. Then just to provide the user ID and password to the here. Then you will log into the SAP system here. You will open the remote desktop server here, right? So installation, right? Installation is not that much of important, but definitely why? Because you will not get chance to do the installation. After installation, whatever topics, whatever the things we have, that you will get the hands-on experience. But now, but we'll discuss about the installations also here, right? So we have the kernel, right? SWPM. So then SAP host agent already available. Then so exports. I think I have downloaded in the so other way. So then let me pull that software to the here. So in this location here. So another server I have downloaded, I'm pulling to the here. So we have the host agent, SWPM kernel, and so it's a Java exports. It's a Java export. This is not the one. Correct software. Okay, this is also not the one. Kernel we have. Okay, okay, not a problem. So let's download again. So we can download it. It's not a big deal to download it all the softwares again. So not all the softwares, only exports we have to download it. So remaining things fine. Only exports we have to download it. So SWPM kernel. So DB already installed. Then SAP host agent we have. So then let's download only. So only exports. Exports are missing here. So let me check here. Here also only exports. Okay. C drive. Okay. Okay, only exports. Exports are missing here. Let's go to the service marketplace here. In the service marketplace, so you can see, so visit the support portal. So here you will get the option like software downloads here. So to log into the service marketplace here, we need the yes user ID. Yes user ID, we have to enter it here. So once you enter the yes user ID here, once you enter the yes user ID, it will go to the software downloads folder here. It will go to the software downloads here. You can see here. So we went to the software download center. We are going here. Software download center. So we are going to the here. So here installation export, right? We are doing the installation. So here, so all kind of SAP related softwares we have to download from the SAP download center here in the SAP marketplace. Here, if you want any patches or any patches, any databases or any installation related, you have the patches are there here. So just we can go to the by alphabetical index. So this is the one. So just to go to the by alphabetical index. So all softwares are available in the all softwares are available in the by alphabetical index wise here. So we have, suppose if you want to download the ECC exports, then we can directly go to the ECC, means it's a ERP. Then go to the ERP, then latest version is the ECC 6.0 is the EHP 8, right? Then EHP 8, click it here, then go to the installations and upgrade, then select your database, which database you are going to install it. Then we can download the installation exports, we can download it. Just click on this button, it will be downloaded. So this is the exports, depends upon the product. We have to, suppose you are going with the NetWeaver. So suppose like NetWeaver is the small product here, right? So easy installation. So then if you are going for NetWeaver installation, then you can go for the N for NetWeaver, right? So then here you have the NetWeaver, then 7.5. So here what you need to do, you need to just go to the installations. We are doing the installation, then go to the installations here. So what is the, which operating system you are going to do the installation? SAP Windows operating system here, Microsoft Windows operating system. Here you can see list of things are available. We don't need all those things, only exports. We know you need only exports here. Where is the export? Yes, this is the one, installation export here. So download the install export file here. It will clearly written like installation export, right? Just download the installation export. This is only one zip file only. This is getting downloaded. ECC, we have the four zip files, we have to download it. Then like this, depends upon the product. Suppose you are tomorrow, your manager asked you to do the CRM installation, then go for the C for CRM installation, you need to download it. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, suppose your manager asked to install the Fiori, then Fiori exports, you need to download it. ECC exports, you download it here. Then S4HANA, maybe tomorrow your manager asked you to download the S4HANA softwares, S4HANA system, you asked you to install it. S means S4HANA Solution Manager, Success Factor, all those things comes into here. Then click on the S button, then just you need to download the S4HANA related exports only. Only exports are the difference, remaining all are same softwares will be useful here. Only S4 HANA exports are depends upon the, so the exports are depends upon the product, depends upon the system which you are going to install it here. That is the export. Suppose you are installing the ECC exports, NetWeaver exports, CRM, SRM, then all kind of exports you need to download it here, right? That is the exports. So before we go for the installation, there is some technical terms we need to discuss here. The technical points, some technical things will come when we are when we are going for the installation here. Entire our SAP journey, in an SAP based journey till end of the classes, we will discuss about the one common words here. So SID, then instance number, then application server name, then what is server first of all. So then computer name, then what is the DB server name, then what is the host, right? What is the IP? Then so these things you are aware of, right? So but here SID, what is mean by SID here, right? So SID means system identification
Hello?
here. SID means, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So Mayar, please be on mute, please. Okay. So SID means system identification, means, so if you, when you are going to install one SAP system, we need to keep the one name here to identification purpose. So suppose example, how we give the name to the born babies, how we give the born babies. how we will go for the born babies. Then same how we will give the name to the born babies to identification purpose. Same way here. So when you are going to install the SAP system, we need to give the one SID, system identification. The identification is, it should be, the length is 3 alpha numeric characters here. 3 alpha numeric characters here. So which means the SID. So suppose you are installing the ECC product, the SID should be the recommended one. Suppose you are installing the ECC development, then ECD, then ECQ, then ECP, then ECR, or we can put like ED1, ECC development 1, development 2, development 3. Then so like this depends upon the product. Suppose like you are installing the S4 HANA system, then you need to fill like S4D development, S4Q quality, S4P, then S4R regression. Like that we need to keep the SIDs here for identification purpose here. So by seeing this SID, we will come to know, okay, this is the ECC product, this is the development. So this is the ECC development system. So in a landscape, we have to install, so we have to build the landscape here. It's not only one system here in a landscape. Suppose you are going with the ECC product, then you need to install the 3 ECC systems, you have to install it here. If you are going for the NetWeaver, 3 ECC NetWeaver systems, you have to install it here. If you are going for the S4HANA, 3 S4HANA systems, you have to install it. Why? Because one system is, we have to make it as a development. Second one, we have to make it as the quality. Third one, we have to make it as a production. In the production, all the business activities will run. All the business activities run on the production. So business users, they will log into the production system. They will do the transactions in the production system, not in the quality, not in the development systems here. So why we need other two systems means our users are working only on the one system, right? Then why we need other two systems? Other system means, suppose if any issues here in the production or any new enhancement is required, some code changes are required, some new button is required, new functionalities are required, that time directly we cannot do the development in the production here. So we have to go to the development system here. We do the development activities here. The coding and everything we will do it here. Then we means our developer, it's not we. So then the developers will move the code to the your quality box here, quality system here. Then here quality system, they will do the testing. Thoroughly they will do the testing here. So either unit testing, blackboard testing, there is the testers are there. They will execute the scenarios and they will do the testings here, right? User acceptance testing and everything, they will perform it here. If everything goes good here, finally they will roll out the changes. They will move the changes to the production environment here. The production environment, they will move the changes to the production environment. Why means, so if you don't do all these things here, if you are directly doing in the production, if something is wrong, then it will be a outage for your system. There is a business loss, right? So why? Because sometimes if you do some changes, it is impacting, then it will impact the other code, other functionalities, other tabs also. So then it is the impact for the other business also, right? So that is the reason we will segregate the activities into the different systems. So here we have to install the development system, one system. Then we have to give the one name, development system, like this. Then quality, then production systems here, like this. We need to prepare our systems. We need to prepare our landscapes here. Depends upon the product. So users will log in only here, but our IT teams, developers, our testing teams, functional teams, they will log into these systems. They will do the development and the testing related activities here. The testing related activities, they will perform it here, right? So that's why we have the in the landscape here, right? So that's why for every system to identify. Why? Because today I installed the one system, so I need to log into that system or this system. The naming convention is not good, right? But if you keep the one SID, one naming, Then that is, sir, today I installed the one other ECC development that is called the ECD, ECQ, ECP. That is the connection parameters. To log into the SAP, these are the mandatory things here, right? Without this one, how can you tell to users, your business, then which system you have to log in and do the work here, right? They cannot identify, right? So that's the reason in SAP, before you go for the installation, you should know about the naming convention of the SAP. Then SID is the system identification number. To identify the system within the landscape, we have to keep the SID here. Instance number is, it's a 002. Instance number, we will keep the 002 99. Any number you can give it here. Especially the 99 is reserved for the router except one. The remaining all 002, any number you can give it to the your SID. It's kind of Aadhaar number. How we have the one name. Ravi means there are the in one street there are the multiple Ravis are there. But then Aadhaar number will ID will give you the correct person here, right? So then same as like here, SID means ECD. Here also we will put the ECD, here also we can keep it, but instance number will give you the differences here. So that's why instance number for every system, every SAP system, you need every SAP application system, then we need the one SID, one instance numbers are required here. What about the application server name? Application means in the host, computer host, this is the computer host, right? This is our server. This is our server. This is our computer, right? This is our server. We have the space, the RAM memory, everything is available. This is our server here. So in this server, if you install in this computer name means your Windows host name. So then if you install the SAP application in this computer name is called the application server name. Someone ask you, what is your application server name? Application server name, where you installed the SAP application, in which host, in which computer. Then they have to tell like in this computer we have installed the SAP, then this name is called the application server name. If you install the DB also here, this name is called your database name. Host means in the Linux level, the wording is different here. The wording is different. So normally we will attach your system name, your computer name is SAP Windows 2. The same name in the Linux language, we will talk about the host name. HOST, host name. That is the small differences here. That is the difference between here, right? So once done, these are the naming convention starting of the class to ending of the class. We will discuss about the SID here, right? So let's go to our software folder here, SAP softwares folder here. Here you have the SWPM tool, kernel is there, then host agent, then exports are getting downloaded. Then we have to start the SWPM tool. I'm going to start the SWPM tool for the installation. Just when you go to the SWPM software here, then there is a button, there is application, there is a exe file that is called the SAP INST here. So this will start, it will open the URL in the browser. It will open the URL in the browser. So here, from here, we need to start our installation starts from using this SWPM tool only. Using the SWPM tool, we need to start the installations here, right? The tool is starting now. Then once it is started completely, then it will open the URL in the browser. One URL, it will be opened in the browser. So from that URL, we need to log in. We need to give the information and all the inputs we have to provide it here, right? So let's see what are the inputs it's asking us to give it. So you can see here, it will open the URL actually. So SWPM tool is the installation tool. So you need to in the installation folder, there is a SAP INST, there is a file. You need to click it out. Then it will open the URL in the link. In the browser, it will open the URL. So this is the port number for the 4237. This is the host name. This is the port number here. This is the host name and this is the port number here. That is the port number here. So sometimes what will happen in case if any other persons also started the SWPM tool, you cannot log in. You cannot launch the SWPM tool. Why? Because at a time only one person has to run the SWPM tool here. At a time only one person has to start the SWPM tool. But only installation purpose. Only installation purpose. At a time only one person can run the in SWPM. Now you can here you can see it SAP INST related process will be exist here. So I cancelled all the process. Again, go ahead and launch the SAP INST process. Then it will open it here. If you open the multiple times, then it will create the problem. So then one time if you open it, then you can finish the your installation checks and everything. Then you can close it. Then one more person they can log in. He can give the inputs. What inputs we have to give it here. So I will show you now how to do the SAP installations using the SWPM tool now. And what are the inputs we have to give it here. So you need to open the SAP INST here. So for SAP INST, there is a port number here. For SWPM, there is a port number for this one is called the 4237 is the default constant number, port number here. This we will call it as the port. Port means it's a kind of tunnel to the your application, your server. So tunnel. So means the SWPM tool will use this tunnel to open the application and everything here, right? It kind of some file, it kind of some pipe, right? So this is kind of tunnel here. So this will open your application securely. It will open it here. Then here, once it is open it here we have to provide the inputs here. See here we need to give the inputs like, so administrator, I logged in with the administrator user, then provide the passwords here. In our case, you can provide your own username and passwords. You can provide it here. Then it will open the screen. Welcome page will be opened here. In the welcome page, you can see here, this is the URL here, 4237 is the port number. This is the very important port number. Each and every interview or technical discussions, so the people may ask you this question, what is the port number for the SWPM tool? This is the very important here. If the port is blocked or port is not working, then you cannot open the SWPM tool. But SWPM tool will take care of all those things here. Here depends upon your product installation. As I mentioned here, so installation, any kind of installation, either S4HANA installations or NetWeaver installations or business suite installations, like business suites means CRM, SRM, ERP, SEM, MDM, solution manager, any kind of things installation, we can do it. Our same kind of the information we have to pass it here, right? So I think we downloaded the NetWeaver files here. We downloaded the NetWeaver file. Then we downloaded the NetWeaver file here. Let's extract here. So we downloaded the NetWeaver stack. Let me extract to the, because it's downloaded as a zip file here. So I'm going to extract this file here. I'm going to extract this file to the here in the software's location. I'm going to extract it here. So this will unzip it. This will unzip the file here, right? While unzipping, so now any kind of SAP installation. Suppose you want to go for the SECC NetWeaver installation, then you can expand the ECC. If you are going for the NetWeaver 7.52 or S4HANA installation, you are going with this one, then you can choose this one here. You are going with the S4HANA 2022 Java server, then you can go for this one. You are going to install the MDM, then you can expand this one here. You are going to install the solution manager, just expand this one here. Depends upon the product. You need to open the respective folder. You have to open it here, right? You see, this is the SAP. Here, SAP, as I mentioned here, we need to choose the database. In the next option, we need to choose the database here. SAP NetWeaver or ECC or CRM, we can install on any database. Any database, we can install it here. Any database, we can install it here. Suppose here, we are going with the SQL Server database. That's why I chosen the SQL Server here. First, NetWeaver 7.5, then SQL Server database. Then here we are doing the installations, system builds. Then click on the installation part here, installation. Then here we are going to install the application server ABAP, means ABAP application server. Java is the different here. So now we are going to install, we are not going to install the PI, process integrations, and we are not going to install the process Java and everything. We are installing the NetWeaver 7.5, one simple ABAP application we are going to install it, same as like Java, ERP, whatever, wherever. So just click on this button. Just so here you can installation application server ABAP. Then you can install the any SAP system with the three options here. Three options, either the standalone option or distributed option or high availability option here. Standard or distributed or high availability option here. So what is this option here? While this is processing, I can explain it here, right? So then what is this options means here? So standard installation can be done in the three, means SAP we can install in the three ways, three models, three options we can use it here. One is the standard installation here, standard installation. Then standard installation means, so here in one host, in one operating system, we can install the database here and we can install the application also here. Means SAP DB and SAP DB and SAP we can install on the same operating system. SAP and DB we can install on the same operating system. SAP and DB we can install on the same operating system. That is called the standard installation. Standard installation here. So distributed means, so in one host, here we need the two host, here we need the two host here, here we need the two host here. One host we can install on the so database, one more host we can install on the SAP. This is called the distributed here. That is called the distributed installation here. So what does it mean here? We have the one operating system, we can install SAP and DB, both are in the one operating system. That is the standard. Distributed means, so I have budget, I don't want to take the risk on the both will be in the one host, it will be loaded, the operating system will be very loaded, I have the budget, then I can go for the distributed wise. Means SAP you can install on the one operating system, DB on the one operating system, automatically the connectivity will connect it here. This is called the distributed environment. This is called the distributed environment. Is it clear? Any questions, anyone? Regarding the options, any SAP system, we can use the following options.
See, when you say different operating system, do you mean to say one, the SAP will be on Windows and the DB will be on Linux? Or I mean,
anything, any operating system you can use it. Any operating system you can use it. Suppose if you are using the SQL server, then that SQL server is dedicated, is required only Windows. If you are using the Oracle we can install on the Oracle database, we can install on the Windows or Linux. If you are using the DB2 also same. If you are using the HANA database, HANA definitely is required only on the Linux operating system. So definitely the DB will be the only Linux operating system. That is your wish, your customer wish, how you want to take the call, that is your wish. So depends upon the, normally customer will check the customer will check the licenses here, the bulk licenses, which either Windows team or Linux team, which one they are providing the benefit to the customer. Depends upon that one, they will choose the right option. Either you need to install everything on the Windows or some mixed kind of things. That's your wish.
thank you, sir.
Yeah, so this is a distributed one. Depends. It depends. Maybe it's the application which you are installing is for the critical for the business, which means so more users will log in, they will do the critical. Then that time definitely we have to go for the multi-host concept here. So that is also possible here. So some customers, especially for the production systems, that is the high availability mode. High availability mode means in the primary data center, it's especially for the mission critical applications. Mission critical application means our banking sector applications and those are the mission criticals in the airways related applications are the mission critical applications. What they will do in the data center 1, in the data center 2, they will choose the two data center. One is in the UK, second one is in the US here. So in the UK data center, it is called the high availability, means 100% availability here, which means so they will install SAP DB, means multiple ways in the DR also, here also multiple ways, HADR concept and HA concept here. So here they will go for the SAP and DB here. Here also SAP and DB here, right? High availability concept here. Here the data will be replicated from here to here. Automatically the data will be replicated here. So that is fine. That is fine. Why? Because during the database administration time, we will discuss about the how to replicate this database data from one primary host, one server to another server. Then how to do that one? We can use it here. So normally the DR scenario, disaster recovery scenario, high availability mode, what will happen? This is in the UK data center. Systems are running fine. All business shopkeepers and shop business users, they are connected to this SAP system application. They are storing they are doing the transactions. They are storing the data. They are doing some transactions. Okay. So suddenly in the UK region, suddenly some floods are happened. Maybe some natural calamities are happened. Entire site is down. In one country, in your business site is down, then you have the remaining countries, you have the business in the across the world, you have the business. In one country, if it is down, what about the remaining countries also will be impacted, right? Why? Because the server is there here. If it is down, then entire all the countries will be impacted. To avoid this one, SAP is giving the options like high availability mode, which means you can install the system in the primary and primary HA scenario or DR scenario. Then if the one data center is down, you have the one more data center that will be up. Then we can do the business from here. Means all countries, they can connect to from this application system and they can do the transactions and everything. So here slowly we can start working on in the primary data center, what happened, data recovery, all kind of things we can work in on. This is the high availability mode, especially for the production systems and very critical applications. People will go for the HA scenario, high availability scenario here, right? So we don't have that much is not required for now, but we can do the standard installation here. The first phase, it is asking typical or custom here. Typical means, if you choose the typical means, you will get the default option, less prompts, you will get it out. Default settings, it will be activated here. If you choose the custom mode, manually we have to enter all the parameters in the prompt. Then we have to enter it. So this will give you this custom option will give you more prompts, you will get it out. Typical will give the less. So we'll go with the typical, that is the recommended from the SAP, not the recommendation, but you will get the less prompts here.
Yeah, hi, this is Ravi again. So while do this installation, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So while installing, you told me that so we can do this standard or enterprise, or I mean in the 3 modes we can do it, right? So
Right.
if I have an application server, do I need to place the host name while doing this installation? This configuration is also going to be set up on the application server.
Yes. We have to do that one. So both the sites, both the sites, we have to do the SAP installations here. Both the side we have to do the SAP installations, and both the license we have to take it out. Here you need to install the DB. Here you need to install the DB. Here you need to install the SAP. Here you need to install the SAP. Then so there is a cluster configurations. There is a OS level operating system tools. Something happens here automatically. The failover happens to the secondary site. Like that also we can take it out. Or one more option, manually starting the DR site also we can take it out.
No, not this one. So when we do installation, we are installing on the 3 modes, right?
Yes.
The one I have an independent application server.
Yes. One
Right?
you have independent application server. Okay.
One is the database server. So while doing this installation, do we need to install the application software, or automatically the software will copy to that location while passing this host name?
No, SAP where you are going to install the SAP application, in that host we need to copy all the SAP application softwares, we have to copy it. Suppose I am installing in this host, that's why I copy it to the SAP application here. So you don't need to copy to the DB server host, only application server host here. So, but my DB is on the SAP Windows 1, then you don't need to copy. You are installing the SAP application on the in this host, means you have to copy to the in this host only. But
Oh,
this
so
is,
the DB and application software should be in the same host.
it should be or it should not be also. So if it is if the DB and application you want DB and application wants to be in the
Separate.
then that time application server host you need to copy it here where SAP is you are going to install it. So that application server means that Windows server you need to copy the softwares here. Suppose so my application is here but my database is here, then in this case you can keep the database running it here, but you need to copy all the application softwares to the in this location. Here we have to copy it here. In this location we have to copy it here. Means in this host. Why? Because you are installing the SAP on here. But if you are installing the SAP on here, then you need to copy all the SAP softwares to the in this location here. Where you are installing the SAP software, from that location you need to copy all the softwares.
So let's say an example of ECC. If ECC is a software, if I have an application server, what application software I have to copy into that application server, and what only the database software in the database server.
Right. Only application softwares. Application softwares means so except DB client. Suppose like here we have discussed about the software side. Except DB client, remaining all the software SWPM, exports, kernel, host agent. All these three things we have to copy to the application server. So DB client we need to copy to the database server level. We have to copy it. Means DB host, DB Windows server host we have to copy. Means DB we have to install it separately. We have to install on the using the DB client. We have to install the DB server here. Then using the SAP software, using the SWPM tool, we have to install the SAP application here in this location.
So currently we are installing database software first or application software first?
DB software already installed here. SQL server already installed. So SQL server here we are using the SQL server initially. So SQL server already installed. So then on top of we are doing the SAP installation we are doing here. So during the DB topic time, you will get the how to install the databases, how to do the configurations on top of the database, how to, so again how to application will be installed. Those things you will learn. Now we are discussing about only on the SAP application. So on top of the database we are going to discuss about the database we are going to install the SAP application here. SAP application we are going to discuss. So SAP we are going to install it, then we have to give the namings to the SAP here. So DB already installed here in this location, in this host, database already installed. So if you need installation, how we have to do the installation means DB topic time. After few days you will get the DB topic time. You will come to know how to install the databases and everything. You will come to know here. So now we are discussing application. Just only concentrate only on the application side. Okay. So is it clear? Any questions, anyone regarding the type of installations here?
No.
Okay. So here, as I mentioned here, it's a mandatory parameter here, SAP system ID here. So SAP system ID is mandatory. We cannot give like one AB. Why? Because it's a 3 alpha numeric characters we have to give it here. First letter should be the alphabets only here. So in this case, I need to give the ABC or XYZ or A11 or A22 we can give it. But there should be something meaningful, right? If you are giving the name to my kid, then definitely the first letter should be my grandfather, second letter would be the something like that. We are giving the naming to the born babies, right? Same as like here, when you are installing the SAP system, what kind of SAP product is this? What is the useful? That's why SAP is telling to, if you are installing the ECC product, then you can go for this e-naming conventions here. If you are going for the S4, then simply we can identify, right? This is the ECC development, ECC quality, ECC product, something like that here. Then if you are installing the NetWeaver product, then you can say NetWeaver development here, or NetWeaver development one system here, something meaningful here, something meaningful here. But it should not be the first letter should first, it should be the name here. Sorry, it should be letter, alphabet letter. It should not come with the number here. So that's why if you give the 1AB invalid entry here, so it won't take it out here. Then it should be like, I am installing the NetWeaver product. This is the development and development one system. Then I use the development one system here. Then just click on the next button. So if tomorrow someone asks you, what is your NetWeaver development system SID means, I can just simply tell, I can simply remember this, all those things. So ND1, it's not the complex SID, simple SID, we can keep it here. The next question, it is asking the, so FQDN, fully qualified domain name here. So we don't have any FQDNs here. That's why I unchecked. FQDN means domain name, fully qualified domain name. Suppose if you are opening the Google, there is a google.com is the FQDN here, right? If you are using the Facebook, facebook.com is the FQDN, fully qualified domain name, co.in, co.out. Those are the FQDN. We don't have any FQDNs. It's not required. So that's why I unchecked it out. Tomorrow, your company is maintaining the FQDN. Suppose you are using the server, installation server for the My Shopping Cart. Suppose if you are using for the My Shopping myShoppingCart.com. So then myShoppingCart.com you are using, this is your business. Here you are doing the all kind of things and everything. Then so you can put like, so this My Shopping Cart is your host name, or in the network level we can create the namings and everything, we can create it here. So My Shopping Cart and all those things we can create it here. So like that we can put the names. Why? Because front end is the just application, it is connecting to the your backend server only, So FQDN means it's a domain name, like SAP Windows mytraining.com. If I have taken the domain name like, so SAP trainings.com, like that, if I take the domain name, then here I need to put the SAP trainings.com, I need to put that one. If I take the Google, then google.com. So just if I take the domain name, maybe GoDaddy, some other sites are there, we can purchase the domain name, then here I can maintain it. So here my URL looks like here, so www. So saptrainings.com, abc.saptrainings.com. So like that, the domain name will come here. So this is not required. That's why I uncheck this button. So we can just clicking on the next button here. Here I am giving the inputs to the SWPM tool. So here I am giving the inputs to the SWPM tool. So it will ask all the questions here. Why? Because this is the installation tool. We will do the installations here, right? So then it is asking the password for all users here. Why? Because during the installation time, some users will be created. So we have to give the one password to the here. So that same password we will use to log into the application. Initially, we need to use those passwords to the login to the application. So remember that passwords. Why? Because after the installation is completed, we may have to log into the SAP system with the same user and password. Then we have to do our administration work. So that's why we need to carefully remember all those things here. So the softwares I have extracted. So here it is there, but it's in a different. What I will do, I will keep all into the one folder here. Instead of creating the folder, I exports, NetWeaver exports. Just creating the folder, I place it in the hall. Done. Simple now. SWPM, kernel, NetWeaver exports. So yeah, we have all. So now it is asking the user IDs. Password. Why? Because SID you have given, there the two users are getting created. One is the ND1 ADM and SAP services SID. Two users are getting created. So I will explain it after the installation. During the installation, what will happen? Then all those things I will explain it. So now I'm giving the inputs like provide the users names here. Why? Because it will create the users. Initially to log into the SAP system, SWPM tool will take all the inputs, then it will create the one SAP application server, it will create it. Not only creating the system, it will also create the users as well here. The initial users, they are the two users, it will create it. OS level 2 users, database level 1 user, those things will create it here. So right, so here I think something wrong here. ND1 idiom, maybe I given the wrong password. So here in the SWPM screen itself, you can see the right side top, you have the task. It is collecting the input, task is running here. Then there is a log files here. Here you can observe all the log files here. So what's happening in the system, what is processing and everything here. Now it is checking the connection to the properties of your database server here. Database server. Since you chosen the standard, in the same system database also should be installed. It is checking the connection to your database server. So here it is checking. In this case, we need to install the database. So we already installed the database. It is checking the connection to the database server, Microsoft database server. It is checking here. So enter the data.
Hello. Excuse me.
Yes.
If the database is not available, then
We will get the error message. We will get the error message. Please install the
it is
database.
not process further.
Yeah. It won't process until we give the database host name. So make sure your database is running. Server connection uses the Windows authentication. Only local database uses the. So means before itself, we need to provide the database software, database here.
So if database is running on a different host, where do we pass the strings?
So if the database is running on the different host, then we need to choose the distributed installation. We need to choose it. From there, it will ask please provide the database host name, then SAP Windows 1, and all the details it will ask us. Then we need to provide the database host name. We have to provide it same as like this. We have to provide the database host name. Then just click on the next button. Then it will check whether the database connectivity is working or not, checking the connection and parameters to the database host name. It's checking here, then it will go further. So if it is not, you are not correctly provided, means it will throw the error message here.
And one more question.
Yeah.
Hi, Ananta here. So one more question. So the database may be SQL Server or Oracle. Is it specific? Is it any version we can install, like Oracle?
Yeah, any version we can. Yeah, any version we can install it.
Any specific version related to SAP?
Yeah, maybe we have to always, SAP recommends go with the latest versions. Latest or latest -1 versions, we have to go with this one.
No. What I'm asking, any installation which is specific to SAP, the Oracle installation or any other database software is specific to SAP, or it's a normal any software can do?
Any software can do the DB installation, you are asking?
Yeah.
No, software DB installation is separate procedure here. Everywhere.
No. The question is, normally the software if we download from the OTN or Microsoft, will that work, or we have to download specifically from SAP systems?
SAP site. So you need to.
We need to download from SAP site. That is mandatory.
It's not not only SAP sites. We can download it from the other Microsoft websites. So it's not the SAP software site. It's not the SAP softwares. We need to download it from the Microsoft website or Oracle website. So there we have to download it here. So
it's not specific to SAP. So the database software is not specific to SAP itself. When any software we can download from the respective vendors.
Yeah, respective vendors we can download it, but that software, that SAP software should be supported by the SAP only. There is a notes. There is a SAP notes.
Yeah, compatibility.
Compatibility notes. Yeah, compatibility notes. So some softwares, some database softwares, they have merged into the here itself in the databases. So some softwares, if we want to install the IBM DB2, we can download the database softwares from here as well. You no need to go search in the IBM DB2 site level, do it. MySQL Server, we can download it. Oracle, we can download it. MaxDB, we can download it. Sybase, we can download it. So some things, some softwares, we can download it, which are trusted by, which are validated by SAP. Those software, suppose you want to go for the Oracle, then you can download the Oracle softwares from here. So Oracle database softwares from here also we can download it. Oracle 10, Oracle 11, 12, 18, 19. Here also we can download it. Then we can install it. So same softwares are available in the Oracle site also. Those software Oracle separately you can go to the Oracle site. There also you can download it. Either way, so here it is available almost. You can download it from here. But the software which you are looking here, it is not compatible. Then you need to go to the specific vendor site. There you need to download it. Suppose example previously we used to download everything. Database software is also available here. But instead of SAP given everything to the here itself, instead of going for database, you need to download, go to the other site, then download here. So SAP given the everything to here. Now recently when SAP started using the HANA database, then they have announced the Microsoft server. They are saying that no, it's not available here. Your database softwares are not available. You need to go to the specific to the Microsoft website. There you need to download the Microsoft related softwares, or you need to download from them. So here it is available. It will not be supported. Yes.
Hello. Sir, actually, I just want to know why we are set environment variables in OS level at OS level, just because when we are going to install a new SAP, so it's a prerequisite. Like first we have to check the preparation list where we are check, and then first we have to set, is the mandatory to set the environment variables,
We have not set
or
any.
it's our.
We have not. Did we set any environmental variable now? No, right? It's not the
No,
mandatory.
no.
It's not the mandatory. So it's not the mandatory to set the environmental variable. So it's not required here. But
So what? Yes.
let me complete. So, but some blocks in the previously, in the maybe you are referring maybe old blocks or someone. So maybe it's a old information. So old blocks, maybe something is not the updated main, maybe. So some cases, suppose it is a Linux level, or sometimes what happens, your partition is not done, drives partition is not done, everything it's going to the C drive, means that time you need to set the environmental variable, which means specific to the SWPM. So why should I, it is I want to install the SAP here, I want to install in this drive, the specific drive, in this drive I want to install it, that time you need to set the environmental variables here. So yeah, otherwise you no need to, it's not the mandatory to set the environmental variable, I mean to say. It's not the mandatory. Why? Because I have started here, then so installation is running on the E drive. Installation is running on the E drive. Why? Because it's already there. So its installation is running on the E drive. In the E drive, it is going to be installed. All the folders and files will be created in the E drive. I don't want to E drive. I want to F drive, means you need to set the, you need to set the environmental variable here. That is the option.
Okay, sir, got it.
Okay. So any other questions, anyone? Okay, I have just to choosing the create the database instance SID. So database level also it is going to create the one more SID here. So or you want to use the existing database, or I want to create the new database. So normally if the new SID means definitely the new DB SID will be created here. The DB SID equals to the same SAP SID itself only here, right? Because DB SID, SAP SID both should be same. So then I am choosing the same. If not chosen the existing database, the installation will create the new database SID, same as like SAP. So I chosen the same here. Why? Because database level connection parameters we have given. Now after that it will ask the kernel. After that it will ask the kernel. Then after that it will ask the some other parameters and everything. It will ask it one by one. So here SAP inst dot
It is the installation log files which we have to refer it here. SAP inst.log file. So SAP inst underscore so dev.log file here, dev.log file. These two log files are very important to know the exact information, what it is doing and everything. It will show the information here. So what component it is asking and what is it is asking, all the information it will show in these log files here. If any error messages, we can go to this log file, we can open this log file and we can read it here. So now it is asking so please set the location. Please specify the path of the archive. This is the kernel files. These all are the kernel files here, means kernel software here. So it is available in the kernel software. Where is your kernel softwares are available? In the F drive. So in the SAP software, there is a folder kernel, right? Then select the kernel folder, then click on the next button. Then you need to, so just you have to check it here. Their SWPM software blindly, it won't accept all the software here. Blindly, it won't accept. It will cross check whatever the software location you have given. It will check, it will verify, it will validate it here. See here. So it is going to the F drive SAP software kernel. It is reading all the files. It is extracting. It is reading all the files. It is verifying. Basically, it is verifying the all the softwares here. Once it is verified, then it will take into the account. Otherwise, it will throw the error like this software is not it's not the signed, it's not the SAP signature, it's not the valid one. Like this, it's not been verified, it's not verified, it is a failed to verify it. Like this, we will fill the get the error messages. When we will get the error message means you have not correctly downloaded. Maybe the downloaded files, the kernel files got corrupted. The softwares got corrupted due to issues while downloading. That time, so SWPM will throw the error messages here. So here our softwares are correct. Then only that's why it's reading the all the softwares in the kernel directory here. Kernel directory, it is reading here. Something wrong, it will show the error messages here. So now here you can observe it, what's happening and everything. The SAP industry, this is a refresh button. Just click on the refresh always. Why? Because every time this will be updated. If you open this log, this will be do it here. This will be verified here. Yeah, so it is doing here. So we'll keep it running. So we'll continue same from here to the next step. We'll continue it here. Okay. So I think we are already 1 hour left. So yeah, we'll keep continue this one. We'll go with the from here to the next steps we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. Or shall we continue? I think other batch people are joining. So then better to continue tomorrow. So with the same steps we'll continue here. From here onwards, whatever we completed, then we'll resume from activity from here onwards. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks everyone. Yeah.